Hi, my name's Nicholas Lee. I'm a financial life planner and I help people to make sense of money. And today what I'd like to talk about is that really common problem about the communication on the subject of money between men and women. People say to me, lots of clients say to me, listen, we've got a great relationship, but when we start to talk about money, things just seem to go wrong. We end up arguing, or we end up basically not talking about it. Not talking about it actually is favourite. I really understand this because I have a great relationship with my wife Wendy, but the same sort of thing still has a tendency to happen between us. So I think there are two big issues here. Number one is communication. Number two is information. So let's just have a little look at some facts around this. First fact, recent survey, only 2 in 5 couples actually treat their finances jointly. The other 3 go their own way. Second fact, men are happy to spend 4 times as much money on a particular item without actually referring to their partners. 3, there's always one partner who takes overall responsibility for the money. Now actually, this is pretty much a recipe for disaster. At the best, it's going to be miscommunication, and there's good fertile ground there for arguments. So just to see if I can make this graphic for you, just have a quick look at the diagram. Is this the kind of conversation that you find yourself engaged in, or a version of it? I want that, we can't afford it. I want that, we can't afford it. Here, I believe, are a couple of ideas for getting out of this circular, pointless conversation. Number one, the person who is actually responsible for managing the finances is not in control of them. Hugely important distinction. They do the financial chores, but that doesn't mean they are actually in control of all the money. The person who's not in control, who's not responsible for the money, mustn't abdicate responsibility. In other words, they need to know what's in the bank account. They need to know where they're going with where they're going with money. This is really, really important. Second point, you actually do need to talk about what's in the bank account and what you do and don't want to do with what's in the bank account. In other words, and this is the powerful point, you change the conversation to a positive conversation in which you both talk about the trade-offs between what you do, what you want to do, and what you can actually afford to do. It becomes a joint decision, and you don't have these crazy kind of circular conversations. I hope that's helpful. What I would say to you is to do this really well, you actually need a budget, and that's not as boring as it sounds. And I'm going to talk to you about that on the next video. Thank you very much for listening. My name's Nicholas Lee. I'm a financial life planner. If any of this makes any sense to you, or indeed you've got something you'd like to ask or contribute, do please send me an email. There should be the email coming along now. Thanks very much.